Well, now, that's the funniest thing I ever heard. You're actually, I mean, you find this newsworthy, even, that kids got together and decided to sing about the President of our United States, who, as far as I'm concerned, has thousands of times more respect than your funny little Jesus person, who is a myth, than your God thing, which is a myth and doesn't belong in public schools. However, political history, your president, your senators, your mayors, they all belong in public school. You think, what kind of uproar would there have been if they would have left the religious words in that song? Huh? Did you think about that? And what makes you think it was a religious song? The kids wrote the words. They apparently appreciate their new president. And so far, only white people have said a word. Do you get that? Now, back to the children. And they are children. And it is about the children. They thought they were being very respectful. How could you be so nasty and burst their bubble like that? I mean, you're just terrible people. What's wrong with you folks? Not everybody believes in your delusional Jesus crap. Okay? We're not all with you on that. You can call yourself living in the Bible Belt, but that shit's changing too, in case you hadn't noticed. Bad enough what y'all in your part of the country did to that poor girl during her prom. Now you have to pick on what, third graders, fourth graders? Tell them that what they're saying is what? What are you going to tell them? What are you going to tell them? Are you going to tell them it was evil? That Obama's not the president? That he's nasty? Are you really going to say that kind of shit to them? I wouldn't put it past you. Not one bit. I wouldn't put it past you one bit. Your kind of schools are going to go the way of the stork. But of course, you probably believe the stork theory. Because after all, you probably believe that the earth was made in 6 to 7 days. Well, it would be 6 days, of course, because on the seventh day, your lazy bastard of a god rested. Evil son of a bitch, isn't he? Evil, evil. Why does he kill so many people all the time? And why is he always ordering other people to kill other people? Like he tells Abraham, I want you to sacrifice your son, his own son. He wants him to. What kind of God does that? And then he turns around and says, no, Abraham, it's all right. Don't worry about it. How about this? Just slice off a piece of his penis. That'll make me happy. I'll be okay then. That'll be fine. Slice off a piece of his penis. This guy actually thought he heard a God talking to him and telling him that. Nowadays, that's called schizophrenia. And people who believe and follow schizophrenics usually have some kind of a mental illness of their own. You really need to think real critically about your Bible and your church and your school and your religion. Critically. Think very critically, because your children are critically and pragmatically. We've got teachers. Finally, we have textbooks saying that this is about science and evolution. Notions of mythology, the mythological Bible story, the mythological Torah, all of that is not taught in this school. It's not true. We're going to teach you about real evolution. Now, that was in Texas that they mentioned creationism was church, poppycock. Well, the parents got up in arms. I mean, they were up in arms. So, it's the truth. Why would you want to teach your kids That biblical crap. Talking snakes. And women are wicked because they gave the apple to Adam. So now forever and ever they're wicked. And if you don't cover them up, you got to keep them behind you. They have to do what you tell them. Or do you want to live like a human being and be equal with your wife? Which do you want? Or do you want to believe a book where they only had 2 kids, both males? One kills the other. What do we have left? Mom, dad, and a boy. Where in the hell did we all come from? You see what I mean? If you think critically, you'll understand the fallacy. Okay? And one last thing. Absence of evidence is definitely evidence of absence. Good night. That's my answer to your silly report about, oh my God. You're actually bitching about them singing about the President of the United States. You people have your priorities really screwed up. And I'm Gerald Reynolds. This is Portland, Oregon, over in the West Coast. And this whole West Coast here, you've lost us, Fox. You've lost us. Good night.